Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, UK's premier business show where we feature business thought leaders, high achievers, and industry experts. Today's episode is brought to you by World Outsourcing Solutions Limited, a company that specializes in helping executive business owners with virtual assistant services and business growth systems. Here's your host.
Hello everyone and welcome to the show. It's Trevor Stockwell with you today, and I'm also joined for this episode by Ali and Kevin. Now, they're a successful duo of interior design entrepreneurs who founded the EA Home Design Company. They've got more than 25 years of industry experience within home renovations, and they provide bespoke transformational design services for their clients. Since they started the EA Home Design 12 years ago, they've gone from strength to strength, and they have a goal of providing the best customer service. And they're here to share what they're going to do in the next stage of their company, but also some of the struggles and the strategies they've got through to get to where they are. So lots we can learn from them. So thanks guys for joining us. Welcome Ali and Kevin.
Thank you. Hi.
So maybe just to kick us off, how would you maybe just share some of your journey? I know it's 12 years is a lot to get in a short space of time, but just what sort of got you both into starting EA in the first place?
Well, I think it was our passion for what we do. You know, we always say you gotta like what you do, and you gotta, put your heart into it. And of course, everything else comes naturally. Of course, you go through a lot of up and downs, but we love what we do. We enjoy it. It's not everything we design, everything we touch, and we, even in remodeling business, we enjoy it. We get excited more than our clients. And that really helps you to push forward and, pay attention to details and be enthusiastic about what you do. If you get excited about what you do, definitely people are going to like it.
Yeah.
And that normally and naturally you grow and you go up with this.
Yeah. If you like what you do and you're able to do that as kind of the full-time job, although it's hard work, it's less like work, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
No,
you never get tired of it. That's the thing. It's just, if you like to do what you do, and you never get tired of it.
Yeah. And I think that's a key thing, because like when you found that and you start to pursue those things, you're your best self, aren't you? So you're more likely to draw the right sort of people around you because you're more positive, you've got a better outlook on life, you're doing the things you like, you're growing in the area that you want to develop. So yeah, that's such a key truth to start with. And I guess was that fundamental, Ali, for you as well?
Definitely. In my back home, before I come here, I had a background in construction. Okay, I had master in civil engineering. I had background on construction. But when I come here, I saw, I like design more than construction even, and we start everything from design. After that, we get to the remodeling business. You know what I mean? I started from design, and after that, we get to remodeling business. But at the end of the day, the most important thing for starting business is you should love that business, because if you don't like it, every day gonna be hassle for you. It's gonna be nightmare. You have a business that you don't like it. Business is like your family. You should, for growing it, you should love it. That's it.
Absolutely. Some sound advice there, definitely. So when you were first starting out, how did you you've been going 12 years now, so you've obviously got through the challenges of starting a business. Is you've got competitors. How do you make your place? How do you sort of find what works for you, stake in the ground and start to build from there? So what were some of the initial challenges that you've overcome to get yourself out there established and sort of noticed amongst other people doing something similar? They don't do exactly what you do they?
I think, of course, in the beginning, it's very hard to prove yourself. Nobody knows you. People don't know you. You're a startup. As a startup, you got to pay attention to details. Pay attention to details and be patient and stick to your word and move forward. Make what you say happen. Be creative, be innovative. And as we were talking, just talked about, of course, if you love what you do, you will become creative about it. Every corner, every little thing in design we look at, we will say, why this shouldn't be like this? Why did they do this way? It has to be this way. This is looks better and is more functional. Just paying attention to detail, that people will feel that you care. That means you care, you come up with a better idea, you come up with something absolutely perfect. Cannot be done any other way. Then you got to prove yourself. The day is people start trusting you. Those are I think one of the biggest challenges in the beginning or startup as a startup. But you got to be patient, work on it, as it takes time, but eventually it comes to the point. Now people know us. We are everywhere, and they have seen our work. They know us, and you don't need to prove ourselves. We have already done that, but that took us 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's being consistent, isn't it? In what you said, the things you
yes.
love, but also not cutting the corners, even though there's always pressure when you're starting up. Funds are generally limited for most businesses when they start up.
Of course.
So it's like, let's not spend more than we need to, but not at the point of sacrificing. What makes you kind of unique and puts you above other people is the fact that you will focus on the detail, aim for excellence, so that what you're offering as a customer service is actually excellent. So yeah, that's really useful as well. Let's jump into some of the marketing aspects in a little bit, but before we do that, tell us about your next venture. What are you guys doing now?
Honestly, the thing is, we have lots of inquiry from all over the world for design. Okay, because we have lots of followers from on Instagram and Facebook, Pinterest, all social medias that follow us. They really like us to design their home for them, and unfortunately, we didn't have time till now to focus on that. But right now, we are working on it, and we have this option, okay, for all over the world. If they really like our design, we can design it for them. Right now, uh, yeah, I have a client from Senegal that they want us to design the whole apartment building for them. And I have lots of other clients from other place in the world that they want us to design for them. You know what I mean? And um, we are winner designer. Okay, last week we won another award that it was nationwide award in United States. It's a big award for best bathroom design in 2021. And we try to expand this and do it somehow like everyone can use it, and we can design from now. We can design for anyone that they want our service. Easily they can go to our website. We have a shop on our website, and they can go. We can do consultation only, or design and consultation for them. They can choose it, they can buy it. After that, the calendar coming for them, they schedule the time, and either me, Kevin, or our designers gonna talk to them, and we can go from there.
Okay, that's really good. So you're based in Virginia in the US, and you've kind of grown and kind of served customers all around that area. And now you're able to sort of take your expertise sort of more from the global side of it, where people can still get your designs, still interact with you, but they don't have to be US based or particularly in Virginia. So that's really good. So maybe you've touched on the process a little bit there, but if I'm sat in my house thinking, right, I need to change. I need a better environment than what I'm in, because environment's key, isn't it? Environment in lots of ways reflects or inhibits our creativity, but also it can be just one of those things we keep putting off. We don't get around to because there's other things which we deem to be more important. But if people maybe are listening, or they know somebody else as well, and they're thinking, right, I do need to change my environment because I want it to be more stress-free or whatever they would put as the description. Is the first step literally have a chat with you guys, explore options that way? Do you guys come up with designs initially? Do you sort of ask the clients, what would you like? What are you thinking of? Is it very collaborative?
Yes, of course it is. I mean, people's ideas, what they want, what they need in their space is important. But we have to mold that and conform that with what we think is the best based on, I mean, in every business, of course, in this business also, first you have to be a good listener. First, you have to listen. Some people don't let people listen, they just keep out and talking. And as your listener might not like a lot of things you say, that's why you have to incorporate what they want with your idea. That's I think the most difficult one, because you got to mix it. You got to convince them, tell them, yeah. I mean, there are certain things from 1 to 10, what you want. Four of them are great, and we are going to do it this way. That you're going to like it, but two, three of them might not work. You might not. You don't do this every day. This might not be the best. But I think you have to listen, and of course collaborate, and put in all that together and give them back what they want with your expertise. That is very important.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
How do you navigate the customer that doesn't know what they want and can't make a decision? Because we're human, we all struggle from that from time to time. How would you help them decide or pick something?
it is very important. You see, to us, this is something personal. When you talk to somebody, your lifestyle, your family is important to us. You have pets, you have children, you don't. The age group, all of that. I look at go to someone's house, or look at your whole furniture style. I'll tell you what you like, what you don't like. See, these are things we pay attention to details. From just the theme of what they have done in their house, we can get some ideas. What are they thinking? And then we go, we have to change ourselves going that towards things that they like. This is all paying attention to details, the way people dress, the way everything is set up, what kind of painting they have on their wall. All of that tells us how these people are, their personality, what their likes and dislikes are. Um, it's a little bit of these little things that, when we talk to them, we ask them qualifying questions. You got to just have a conversation with them. We try to know them. I think our job in the beginning is a little bit kind of we are like psychology. We gotta know people. I have to know you to come up with the best design that you're gonna like you as well.
Yeah, that's such a key thing, because it translates for people listening that are in different businesses, that we all navigate and interact with customers that we want to help them. We know we can help them, but there's a certain level that they have to also participate in the creative process, or the decision-making process, shall we say. So it's key. I like what you said about listening. Really be observant to them. Whatever industry it is, your customers have issues that they want to talk about, issues that they want to change. That's why they've started a conversation with wherever you are. But also, where you can, find out as much as you can about them to help them make those sorts of decisions. I think that's such a good point. And I suppose now, as you've opened it up globally, you can do that with sort of video chats and things like that. You can see where they currently are, and it's a lot more flexible, isn't it, really, nowadays, on that perspective. So that's really good. What was in taking the step to go more global, what was sort of the biggest first step that you had to take? Was it, have we got capacity to do this? Was it more the technological side of things? Any areas that you kind of struggle with? Because in some ways, the reason I'm asking is scaling up your business, whatever the business might be, while some of the detail might be slightly different, there's always going to be elements that are the same. So there's a step into the unknown. There's trying stuff out, making sure you know which way you want to go. So what would you say was sort of the biggest step that you had to make that transition?
We already started, honestly. We recently we featured on big publishers like Forbes, okay, Entrepreneur magazine, and Bloomberg even, okay, and these are help us to more people from around the world know us, and it's a big help for us, okay. And the other thing is we have a very good marketing group on back of us, okay, that easily they can find the people that they really wants uh, to change their home and living spaces, and we can find them, we can help them uh, with that. We can show up what we can do for them, and after that, if they like, they can uh, start the process with us. That's it. But definitely, uh, from starting this 2021 till now, we are much more well-known company, and we are in lots of recently podcasts, lots of magazines. Even is much more than these three that I mentioned, and we are more active on social media, and because of that, people knows us much better.
Yeah. No, that's really good. So with regards to people that aren't based in the US, for people that are listening maybe in the UK or Canada, Australia, wherever they're listening, and they want to sort of get in touch with you, find out what you do, have a conversation with you. Once they've got to the design, yeah, this is really good, this is what I'd like. How does that work? Do you sort of partner with local suppliers and sort of tradespeople, or how does that work? Because that's a different challenge to being sort of US based, where the core of your business sort of started from, isn't it? What's the sort of scope, I suppose, is what I'm saying, from the global perspective of what you can provide at this point?
The thing is, most of the cabinet that we design with them, usually they have certainly on Europe, they have some branch on the Europe. Even if they are not, okay, easily with the measurement that we gave to them, because usually cabinet has like a standard measurement.
Yeah.
Okay, it's sometimes it's based on millimeters, sometimes it's based on inches, that in United States, but most of them is a standard measurement with different different sizes, and you can take the measurement, go to the suppliers that is closer to you, and order the cabinet from there. And doesn't matter, honestly, for us. If they want us to provide the cabinet, we can find even the supplier for them and order from them.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this is not a big deal, honestly. These days, finding the good supplier is easy, but the design that you are gonna be comfortable with it and is gonna be nice and beautiful is hard to find.
Yeah. It's nice that you link those two together, though, because like people will chat with you to get your expertise on the design side of it, and then think, well, what do I do next? What's the next step? But you guys have got that covered, either directly or you can sort of provide the details that they need for that. So no, that's really good. Is there a general time frame? I guess every project's different because you do the bespoke design. So expectations on timescales and things like that is partly down to when they can chat with you and that sort of stuff, I suppose. What's your sort of general 3 months start to finish, 6 months, or is it really just depends on the individual?
Definitely, it depends on what they want. If it's design service, we can finish it in 2 to 3 weeks for them, and they can check it. If they like it, we're gonna revise. If they don't like some part, we're gonna revise it, and after that, probably in 1 month, the whole design gonna be ready. But if they want service right now, we don't provide service more than Virginia, but we can provide them. If they want material, the material usually take 3 to 4 months to come to their house. Depends on where they are living. In United States, 3 to 4 months.
Okay. Yeah, and all that gets factored into the discussions and the planning, doesn't it? So,
Yeah.
okay, that's really good. What would you say would be one of the things you think that your customers struggle with when it comes to? Is it that they don't know what's out there, and therefore you guys are perfect to give them suggestions and stuff? What's the thing that your customers struggle with the most, I suppose, in getting to the point where they get a renovation done?
The biggest struggle, of course, from renovation, most people in the beginning, they're scared, not scared, they get stressed out because they don't know nothing about it. They don't do this. Nobody does this every day or every year, even, or maybe never. Some people just buy a house, go from one house to another. Maybe they don't even do it. It's just they have no experience, no knowledge about it. And that if you don't know nothing about something you want to do, of course, it is a stressful. And we try to give them a peace of mind. We try to explain, everything, every part, every stage of a project. Is as far as design point, it could be only design, just tell them and explain everything to them, make everything clear with them, and then even give them give them just like a schedule or some plan how to do this, how we can help you with a plan to do this. If it's in Virginia, we are doing it, and we got to make it always in smooth transition for them. It's just taking that fear away from them.
Yeah.
They make more comfortable, they can make better decisions. When they make better decisions, they're happier, and that's our job here, to help them with that matter.
Yeah.
It's like that, I think, in every business, in every aspect of business.
Yeah. I was just thinking that.
Nobody is the expert of everything. That's why.
Yeah. There's a reason why different businesses offer different things, because they're passionate about, is what you touched on, but also, it saves them time, doesn't it, if they're able to just communicate the useful bits. And a lot of the time, we don't know what we don't know, so we need experts in their fields to then share options, and then we can make informed decisions. So, that's really good. Let's touch on the marketing side of things, because you've kind of touched on it already in certain things about being consistent, making sure you cover details, you listen to customers, and that all of those contribute to your success, how you've got to where you are now. But any other aspects for people listening thinking, I'm kind of stuck, I do the same stuff over and over, I've sort of hit a level and I need to try and reach out more? You mentioned you guys have been in publications, you've done other podcasts, so you're very active on the media side of things. Is that the best way for people in whatever business they're in? What would be some of your advice as to maybe things to try or things to avoid when it comes to sort of growing and marketing themselves?
The marketing is very tricky. Okay, every business should have different marketing base. Okay, for example, our business is based on photos and videos. People see what we do, okay, and they come for that service that they want, because they see what change we done on this kitchen, what change we done on this bathroom. We should show them. And then our marketing is more on social media, more to show the people, give the people free information, then people like us and come back to us, But every business has different marketing. What I can tell is, for every business, two things is very important. First, you should put budget for marketing. You cannot run your business without any budget for marketing. Even McDonald's doing the advertising every day, they don't need it, but they should do it because people should see you. Otherwise the other brands are gonna come and take over the market. The other thing that I can tell, hiring a good marketing company. Okay, the marketing company is very important. Marketing is not only going and do Facebook advertising or Google advertising. Whatever business that you have, you should do the marketing somehow that you can connect to the world. It means you can connect to your client, to the world of client. If you go only for Google and Facebook advertising, you never gonna be successful. Marketing should have a strategy. Should start from from one big umbrella, and after that narrow it down, narrow it down, narrow it down, narrow it down to make it smaller and smaller and smaller to find the client that you like. I own the marketing company called Liana Marketing. We are doing lots of strategy for big companies, but for every company, the strategy is different. You cannot go with one strategy for each company. This is the problem that most of marketing company has. Okay, that they try to only do Facebook advertising or Google advertising, or they think this is the only marketing way that they should go. No, marketing is different. You should see your business is local or your business is international, your business is service or your business is law business. Everything is completely depends on your market, your client, what kind of client do you want to get, and what is your business. This is very important. You should concentrate on all of this.
Yeah, lots of wisdom in that response. Yeah, I can see why you run a marketing company as well. Yeah, you know what you're talking about. So I guess for sort of like this new project, the global reach that you're doing, in lots of ways, your success on social media has really stood you in a good place to then capitalize on that and reach out, because it's kind of, yeah, there are no limits from a scope perspective geographically now. So that's really good. So I'm guessing, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm guessing, was that part of the strategy, or was that just a happy coincidence that happened?
No, definitely is part of a strategy. Okay, everything we do is part of a big strategy on marketing, definitely, and lots of them, some of them coming for us. For example, you cannot get the best kitchen award design or best bathroom award design with marketing. You should have something to do marketing around it. If you don't have anything, you cannot do any marketing. You know what I mean? We have definitely the base, we have the bone, and we try to do marketing around that bone.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a substance and a quality to what you're offering, as well as, because you can have the slickest marketing campaign, but if you let customers down because there's nothing behind it, it's just hype, and it doesn't do you any good, does it? Whereas you guys have got the core design skills, the expertise, the experience over 12 years. You don't stay in business 12 years and grow if you don't know what you're doing. So you've got that as the base, and then you're able to mix it with a good marketing strategy. So I can see what you're doing so well. So well done. That's really good. We're almost at the end of the discussion for today, but anything else that you wanted to share on what you're doing now in your new venture that we haven't yet covered, that you wanted to share with everyone else?
Of course, we are working on this big plan, as going global as far as design and all that. But as I told you, it took a long time before we got to this point. Just I want you got to be consistent. You should never give up. You got to be on top of your game. And just be out there in every aspect. Running a business is not easy. That's why. Otherwise, everybody would have had a business. But that's it. It is a challenge, but it can be done. It's all up to you. It's all up to any person. It can be done, and you gotta pay attention to what you do and just go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that patience, isn't it? Patience and consistency together. I think they're the core things. Yeah, and it's good. It's helpful that you guys are friends as well, isn't it? That you've partnered together, and the friendship helps the business side, doesn't it? I'm sure you don't always agree on everything. Friendship, if it's right, has those interesting discussions and disagreements, and yeah, different points of view. But together, you're able to build and partner well to the point where you can build the company like you have. So that's really good. Thank you for everything that you shared. For everybody listening that isn't in home improvements, there's so much wisdom that you shared from your experiences that translates into lots of other different companies, service providers, product offerings as well. So there's lots of good stuff people can take action on. And as always, for everybody listening, we always recommend that you take action on something. If you don't, you're going to forget this and it's not going to do you any good. If you start to put something into action, you can really change and grow and build your business to the point that you could then maybe start a global reach. If you're not there yet and it's something you aspire to, then listen to what Ali and Kevin have shared. It can all help in that process. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you're consistent, if you look after your customers and you stay focused on the quality in what you provide, there's so much that you can add to the world of business and to your customers' lives. So thanks guys for taking time out. I know you guys are busy with this venture, but it's a really good opportunity to chat with you and find out more about what you're doing and learn some nuggets of wisdom with marketing, customer service, how to grow your business, lots of different areas that you've touched on. So really appreciate that. Thanks
So
for your
thank
time.
you for your time.
Thank you for your time too.
No, it's brilliant. As we wrap this up, for everybody listening, as I say, pick one thing first off that you've heard tonight that you need to work on. You think, actually, I could do better at that. I'm going to put something into action. And if you want to find out more specifically about the design service that we've spoken about today, there'll be a link to the website. But what would be the best way? Is that the best way for people to touch base? Find you on the website first or social media? Which
Our
is
website could be the best, I think, and of course, Ali.
Same thing. The website is the
Our
best.
website is the best resource.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Brilliant. So be proactive. Click on the link below. Find out more about what they do. And if you haven't thought about the option of redesigning and getting somebody in that helps with the design, I'm not overly creative in that area. So if that's what I was going to do, I would need some expert help. So the fact that you're maybe not as creative, don't let that stop you if you want to redesign stuff. As we've said, environment is such a key thing with regards to our well-being, with regards to our learning, and just coming home from work or stopping work and just relaxing. It's such an important thing to get right. And if you don't know how to do that, these are the guys to chat to. So without further ado, we will wrap this up. But again, thanks guys for your time. And for everybody listening, we will catch you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to Yeukai Business Show. We will be back to bring you more episodes with success stories and advice straight from the experts. Want more? Check out www.yeukai.businessshow.com. Get your free trial of our virtual assistant service today. Just visit www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com. Quote WOS18 or send us an email at support@worldoutsourcingsolutions.com.